Well, it's finally time to work on this mess now. I got a label maker, and I have a plan. Not sure if it's a good plan, but it's a plan. And here's the plan. um, Kind of hectic at the moment, but I wrote a bunch of notes, and what I'm thinking about doing is, in theory, I'm going to color code my cables so I know what they're for, and I'm limiting myself to these colors here because they're the ones I have the most of. I mean, these I think are the majority of my orange and yellow cables. There's a couple in the rack. I think there's a couple red, might be green, I don't know, but I have a lot of the gray, blue, red, yellow, and um, I guess I have enough yellow, hopefully. I only need 3. Why do I need 3? Either way, it's whatever. But I have a plan in theory. And got this Brady label maker that I paid too much for, which is a video in itself, but I'm going to kind of try to wrap these cables and with these labels, and then I'm going to start hooking things back up. So I should have plenty of blue. I need 10 blue cables, and then I need 7 white, which I have a ton of these really nice Cat 6A slim cables with very nice connectors. I like these. So yeah, but time to get started, I guess. Well, I'm making progress, and somebody's supervising. Hopefully not chewing on cords, because naughty cats chew on cords. Mister, what are you up to? So I've kind of gotten a start here, and I'm just kind of working on figuring out how these are going to go. The labels are turning out fine. I think I got the wrong size of label though. Camera won't focus on the wrong zoom. There we go. I don't know if the clear part's supposed to overlap over the wire or not. It just barely catches the back of the white area. Hard to tell on these white cables. This one is the right one, yeah. So, yeah, it just barely overlaps over. I think it'll be fine. But yeah, I'm kind of working on getting this all figured out. I have probably about half of it done. I'm in a little bit of trouble though because I don't really understand how I'm going to get my other power cords in place. This plan was not very good. Yeah. And having this cable management arm gets in the way of the PDUs, so don't know what I'm going to do there. The power cords for this, no, the bottom server, they might loop up and around and I might zip tie them to this arm, and then I think I'm going to try to squeeze them in these two here. Oh no. What is this? This doesn't have a label on it. Uh-oh. I think this is the cold storage. Oh, there's the label. Alright. Just a little further down than it probably should be. But, yeah, that's probably not going to be very helpful. I'm almost wondering if I should wonder if I should replace this with something like Velcro bars or something. I don't know. It's an interesting problem. I don't know where the R730's power cords are going to go because yeah, we'll figure it out. But progress. One of the huge bummers is the Slagger case. I don't know what I'm going to do with the cables quite yet. As you can see, I don't have a cable management arm for it. So whatever I do for the cabling, it's just going to dangle. And something I've kind of considered, let's see here. This one might be deep enough. So I got these 1U shelves. And what I might be able to do is mount this upside down if I can get it past the PDU. Oh no. I'm hitting on the PDU here. But essentially I'm thinking about maybe doing that. And then just kind of hoping that the cables will play nice once they get past it. I don't know. If I had a longer one, maybe that'd be even better. But that's gonna have I don't know, maybe 3 cables coming from it, maybe 4. With power cord coming from over there, feeding it, and then I'm gonna have fiber cable coming from the 10 gig switch down here, and then I'm gonna have a copper DAC going up to my Juniper switch. I don't really know if it's going to be beneficial doing that or not yet, but it's kind of the plan. The only thing is this thing's been doing some weird stuff where if I turn it off, it'll just kind of casually stay on, and I don't know why. So it'd be nice to have the monitor stuff plugged in, but I don't know if the KVM cables will reach all the way up there and be able to go in and out. So that's going to be a problem, because I think this one will be going to this R730, and then I have the other two, which one's going to go to the server below here, which doesn't have cable management arm yet, and then the other one might be able to reach like up to here and then like this far in. I could do extensions, but that's just a little too screwy. I don't know, we'll see. But that's kind of where I'm at for now, and I'm gonna get back at it. Well, it's been a couple days now since the end of that last clip, and I'm basically almost done. Not much has changed in the front. I got a little color coding and labeling going on here now. I still need to switch out this cable. I forgot when I had a chance to deal with that, so I'm going to replace this with another yellow cable, and then I'm going to route it a little differently. I'm going to pull it through that hole in the top there, and then kind of send it down. But I do have access to my KVM little switch now, so I can switch between devices, which will be nice. Because before I had to run to the back to switch, because the IO gear KVM I'm using for the bottom rack console, it doesn't have a hotkey. I still need to find a KVM for the top one. I'm going to use a 2-port one, which will control the slider. Also, I need to build a little box to put here to run cat TV for the cat room. I did get proper faceplate for my bottom R720s, so now they all have matching faceplates, no silly OEMR stuff. Probably going to put some labels along the sides of the servers, what they are, even though I know, but mostly just so it'll match what the cabling says. And the back turned out okay. It's not as nice as I was hoping it to be, but the unfortunate reality of stuff like this is if you're running a bunch of different things, it's going to end up making things wonky. There's just no way around this. On top of that, I didn't want to spend money, so the majority of the parts I used for this was stuff that I'd gotten for recycling pickups and stuff that I saved from going to the trash. Really the only thing I spent money on for this recabling project was the label printer, which was it was expensive, but yeah, that was the biggest expense, because all this other stuff, I mean, I got this cable thing here that was free from recycling pickup, this rack shelf, I bought something that was attached to it that sold the item, and basically the item I sold off of that made this free, and this cable, QSCP cable, that was from recycling pickup, and same with this fiber cable, and I think the Intel modules, well, I did buy 2 Intel SFP modules at one point, so it's a good possibility that those 2 were ones I paid for. The ones up there, though, were free, so yay. But yeah, even these cable management arms, I think I had to pay for half of them. And, like, yeah, it's stuff stuff I've had for a while now, though. But yeah, so I had to get creative. I had to kind of figure out how to do stuff. I'm a little mad about this because most of these blue cables wouldn't be going to the top. But unfortunately, since I insisted I need more 10 gig networking ports, none of these ports are capable of doing 100 megabit, which is what all the old devices I have are running. So I had to run all my APC cables up to the top switch because it's just gigabit switch. I don't know if I'm going to stick with this Arista. I'm kind of unhappy because so let's see here. I'm using 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 9, 10, 11, kind of 12. I don't know if I would consider it support, but I guess we can call this support. That'd be 13 actually, because there's 2 devices running off that QSFP splitter. But yeah, so out of those 13 ports, only 6 of them are doing 10 gigabit networking. So running this switch is probably a bit overkill. Eventually I'll have the access and the ability to do 40 gig networking, which would be fun. Don't know why I'll need it. I don't think I'm going to need 10 gig. But 10 gig will be handy for doing video editing and stuff once I get 10 gig networking on my computer. I think it'll help with scrubbing because I can saturate gigabit pretty easily. But yeah, managed to kind of finagle the cables and stuff. This is my 3000 VA battery backup. I routed it down this gap, and I used a piece of low density polyethylene foam to just hold it in place because there's no way to tie it down. And all the cables I just kind of bunched up, and yeah, they're just kind of there. Cats keep looking at them thinking they're toys, which might be a problem, but I don't know. And I haven't decided how much is going to bother me, but this cord here is on the wrong side of the wheel. But yeah, so I don't know, definitely better now. And then having all these labels, if you know, I need to do something, I guess, you know, that'll be useful. Unfortunately, if I need to change anything out, it's gonna be a real nightmare since everything's kind of interweaved and stuff. I mean, some of the stuff is clustered. I saw the stuff coming from one server, saw the stuff coming from another. The naughty network one kind of got tied together in this bundle, but yeah, I don't know. KVM's out of the way now. It's not dangling. It's not really attached in any particular way. I velcroed around one pair of the cables to one side and the other pair to the other side. So it's just kind of held up by thoughts and prayers. But then the auto transfer switch, which is kind of hard to get in here, that runs down the side here. There's a nice little space to tie cables down, so that goes down the KVM. I still have this cord here for another PDU, which is going up to the top. This is just running the rack fans and the LED lights, so it's not really serving any real useful purpose, but it's also not drawing a meaningful amount of power, so I just said screw it, I'll leave it on the APC. I mean, it's probably drawing like 10 watts tops, and if I have to, for some strange reason, I can feel around and I can kill power to it if I need the extra power. But yeah, it would have been nice to have a 120 volt outlet on this side. I might take, let's see, I might take one of these. Let's see if I have a longer one. Plug it in, just have it dangling over some way. Yeah, so I think I'll just do this. Just in case I need a 120 volt circuit. I think that'll be okay. Maybe I'll see if I have a longer one. But yeah, it'd be nice to have a 120 volt plug on this side as well, but I'll have to do some thinking. on how I want to do that. I could probably plug a extension thingy there and then just loop it up and stick it out the top. Really, it'd just be mostly for using a laptop because I got all these outlets over here. I mean, I actually needed to charge my laptop, so I just plugged into a circuit. But I'm just gonna throw this away. Yeah, so really what it comes down to now is I need to get my IPs under control. I have so many unknown IP addresses and then so many that are just set dynamic. So I don't know what I'm gonna do there. A friend of mine says I should be managing that through my router, not through the devices, but it's just easier for me to manage it through the devices personally. So yeah, but I need to put the panels on, and then I will be doing a follow-up rack tour once I get everything kind of dialed in. So I still have a few minor things to do, but otherwise I think that's basically the final product. So hopefully that's interesting, and thanks for watching.